Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you.
Hey guys, what's up everybody? I'm Eric Harrison. Welcome to the Deaf Twitch. Let's talk about some awesome ass horror movies. You know, you like it, I like it, let's do it. This time around we're gonna go with an 80s throwback. Actually from 2009, this is House of the Devil.
I can tell you like it.
I love it. It's perfect. About the deposit?
I'll agree to waive all the deposit stuff. You just give me the first month's down, we'll call it a day, all right? It's hard coming up with all that money, isn't it?
It's gonna work out.
You're not the one with $84 in her bank account and a check to write on Monday.
You know what you should do?
Hi. I'm calling in regards to the babysitter flyer posted outside my dorm.
Tonight's big eclipse is now well underway.
I feel a little weird just dropping you out here, like in the middle of wherever we are.
Are you not the babysitter?
Talk to me, Lord. Talk to me.
Alright, so House of the Devil came out in 2009 and directed by Ty West. The plot of the movie is it's set back in the early 80s in order to take advantage of the whole satanic panic boom that was real big at the time. And it follows a young girl looking for jobs. She's trying to find extra money in order to pay for a new apartment. She takes a very shady babysitting job out in the middle of the woods. She gets left alone in the house and then creepy things start happening. Let me give my disclaimers, okay? This is an Eric special, and what I mean by that, if you're not sure, that means I like the movie, but I'm not sure if you would. It's one of those. I get it. I don't know if other people get it. In fact, according to, Rotten Tomatoes and some of the stuff I've seen around, I don't think a lot of people like this movie as much as I do, but I think it's a fucking masterpiece. The other disclaimer is that there will be spoilers, so check out the movie first. Come back here and watch my video, and we'll talk about this awesome-ass movie. Okay, so House of the Devil, man. It's one of those 80s throwbacks, but I feel like it doesn't make the whole, look, we're in the 80s, the centerpiece of its movie. It just gives nods. It's very 80s at appropriate times, but it doesn't, like, put it up in your face. And that's the way I think it. That's the way I like it. It's like, it didn't make the 80s the star of the movie, but it's just still there, and it works. Now, what's great about this movie to me is all of the things that this movie doesn't do. So, first of all, when it opens, it's a very quiet, almost non-eventful opening. And that's okay by me, because I want to see something that's kind of different. I like something different. Now, like, for some reason, it's like a movie rule that every fucking horror movie ever made has to have the big shock opening. Gotta have that kill in the beginning, and then, then the title screen, and then we're introduced to the main characters, the final girl. It's always gotta be that kill in the beginning. Gotta hook the audience, The movie doesn't bother with that bullshit. In fact, it doesn't even, in fact, the first shot of the movie is like, it's not even framed right. You can barely like make out the main character sort of in another room. Ty West, for some reason, he blocks his scenes very strangely. Sometimes it's distracting. Sometimes I dig it. Kind of like hit or miss. But some of the other things I like about this movie and how it does things differently is that we're introduced to our main girl, the final girl, and then we're introduced to her best friend. And in a lot of these horror movies, it's like the final girl is usually kind of the shyer, more quiet, more pure, more intelligent kind of character, and it's like the best friend is almost always slutty, annoying, ditzy, dumb. But in this one, even though this character is still blonde and ditzy, and kind of annoying, she's actually kind of smart. She's smarter than the main girl. When things start seeming kind of creepy, she's like, this isn't right. We need to go. If this girl had just listened to her best friend, she would have survived. And another thing that this movie I think does right that a lot of movies fuck up, okay? No love interest. Nowhere to be found. No fucking boyfriend, no girlfriend, no fucking love interest to come along and try and save the day and then get killed by the killer. It's not even introduced. It's not even hinted at. Nothing. Fuck that. We don't need a love story in every goddamn movie ever made. And another thing that I really fucking love about this movie, sorry I'm cursing here, it's because I love it that much, is that no shaky cam. None of that fucking stupid, pisses me off, man. I miss the day. Dude, movies used to be real solid, steady, just held there. And I liked it. I didn't get motion sickness. I didn't get nauseous trying to watch a fucking movie. It's none of that bullshit. So yeah, they get introduced to these characters and it's real slow pace. This movie is a snail's pace. And I dig it. Now, that doesn't mean I like every slow movie ever made. It has to have something that interests me about it, but I do love a real slow burn a lot of the time, especially when it comes to movies like this. And this is a snail's pace. So this is the problem where I think this movie doesn't connect with audiences because there's not kills. There's not a kill every 10 seconds. You know, there's not nudity, there's not a bunch of sex, there's no drug use. There was no shock opening. This movie is not pandering to the audience whatsoever, and I fucking love that. So I think that people are more bored by this because there's not a kill all the time, but for me, I was just drawn in more and more and more. She's walking around this house. It's so quiet and it's so slow, but for me, it just drew me in. I'm just like, whew, I feel like I was in that creepy house with her. And now here's another thing then. While we're on the subject is, they do utilize music, sometimes 80s music, sometimes 80s synth, sometimes an actual 80s song. But most of the time it's just hella quiet, eerily quiet, and I like that. Look, a music and a score can absolutely enhance a scene, but there's a lot of times where no music is better. And I like that they utilize that in a lot. Just walking around this house, it's so quiet. You can hear the creaking of the floorboards as she's walking around sometimes. And it's like, it puts me there. I'm not distracted by movie music playing, telling me when to be scared or when to be nervous. This movie doesn't pander. I fucking love it. So, you know, we're introduced to these characters. You don't know what's going on. It's like this mystery that unfolds, you know, and you know there's a threat, you don't know what it is, but then you finally start to realize, the pieces finally start to come together when she's walking through the house and she goes up to that room. She doesn't enter, but she's outside the door thinking about what could be on the other side, and then it's revealed to us, the audience, that there's sacrifices on the floor in that room, and it's those bodies were there the whole time. In fact, that's the dead family that lived in that house before these creepy old people, these creepy old Satanists came in and took over. So like, she's been chilling in this house, like, and there was these dead bodies upstairs the whole time. That's pretty creepy to me. A little bit of a plot hole here. I would imagine that they would have stunk up the house. I'm sure she would have been like, "Whoa, what the fucking smells like dead people in here." But I look past that because like that reveal is like, oh, and it's so subtle, you know, it's not a big like in your face thing like a lot of horror movies would do. It just like pans over and it's like, look, fucking satanic sacrifice, and she's just in the same house with it. She has no idea. It's creepy. And then again, like I said, there's spoilers in this movie, and I can't not mention when the best friend dies, because I think that's when the movie really hooked me. That's when I got hooked, because I didn't see it coming at all. Even though the whole scene was clearly a setup for a death that had, you could see that there was a death coming, but boom, he just did it when I didn't expect it. And I was like, I'm into this movie right now. Yeah, and then like I said, it ramps up, and ultimately like the pace that is hella slow eventually picks up speed, and then it's revealed that, oh my god, like this is a horror movie. You're being sacrificed or something. You don't know what's going on, but you know something fucked up's going on because she's strapped down to the floor in a pentagram. Everybody's got their Illuminati robes on and shit. And it turns out like they're trying to impregnate her with Satan's baby during the eclipse or something. I don't question the plot too much. But however, I am curious about, like, did somebody have sex with her? Did somebody rape her? How did she get pregnant Was it just Satan? Did Satan just impregnate her? I don't know. So then it gets real good when she finally starts to fight back and get away, and you're rooting for her to get away from these people, get away from this threat. She's taking them out. She's doing her best to survive. Ultimately, they find themselves in a cemetery. This guy, one of these Satanist guys, is begging her to, like, kill him, make him a sacrifice. And then that's when she realizes what she needs to do. She puts the gun to her head and... now here we are. My probably one actual major complaint, and this is a big complaint. So Ty West, if you happen to see this, don't take it personally. I'm not a director myself, so what do I know? This is where this movie should have ended. This is my, this would have been a 5-star movie. This movie should have ended after she fucking shoots herself in the head. Boom, black. Boom, that should have been it. Credits, I'd have been so happy. In fact, I thought that was the end. I was like, genius! I told you I was blown away by this movie. Unfortunately, then the scene fades back up and it's like, oh God, she's still alive in a coma. She's pregnant. She's going to have Satan's baby. The bad guys win. I'm okay with, I like that. I like when a movie doesn't have to have a happy ending. Bad guys can win. That's okay with me. But in this sense, the way that she had took herself out in a cemetery, and defeated Satan, basically, by killing herself in a cemetery. Boom, just black screen. Roll credits that would have been fucking perfect, in my opinion. I might be in the minority here. And again, I know this is an independent movie. Maybe somebody, I don't know if Ty West wanted this ending, or if maybe somebody else, a financial backer or something, insisted that there had to be some kind of extra ending. He probably wanted it. It's just for me, I would have taken it at just black screen and that's it. Even if the movie was a little too short, I don't even care. I just think that was brilliant. It should have ended there. I would have stood up and gave it a standing ovation. Alone in my room, I just would have been like, fuck yes. This movie, I love it. I'm glad that whoever recommended it to me, it talked me into watching it. Let us rate it. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5. I think it's fantastic. Like I said, it was almost a 5-star movie. I wish they had... oh well, 4 out of 5. I say check it out, but be aware, it's very slow. It's very slow and it doesn't pander to you and your impatience and your attention deficit problem. So if you're not into real slow moving movies, you probably maybe want to pass this one up.